So we awoke at the crack of dawn again to travel to Florida, land of mosquitoes and heat, and came and the car had a little bit too many issues to attend New Jersey, so we decided to dub the trip Formula D No Jersey. Clever. That was all Jesse Wood right there. No Jersey. So in light of Formula D No Jersey, here's what we did instead. So Dan from Raw Brokerage picked us up from the airport. We cruised back to the shop. Went over some of the changes and stuff that they did with the car. We also did some product reviews for those guys with Officer Dan.
Don't you ever come down. I spread my love like a fever. I ain't ever coming down.
I'm Dan from Raw Brokerage. This is my LQ9 S10.
So we cruised up from Raw Brokerage into Pensacola, Florida, and decided to make that our first stop. We headed to Fort Pickens on this tiny little island and unloaded the car and drove it through a nature sanctuary. We obeyed all the traffic limits and so on and so forth, so we did it. Okay, not that we could have anyway. The car was not the healthiest, but it was still a good time. We went all the way to the end of the island, found a World War II fort and some bunkers, and since my car is camo themed, thanks to 213 Graphics, we stopped and had a really awesome photo shoot out there. So that was really awesome to see. It was fun to drive the car around. People were excited to see it driving in a nature sanctuary, and we jumped in and off we went. Next stop going to be New Orleans. Memories were had, and it was a good time, and I'd never been there before, so it was a lot of fun. Slept in the truck in a Walmart parking lot, and then drove all day and all night back home to Albuquerque. When we awoke from our slumber/hibernation, Jay Wood and I were contracted to drive at something called the Raptor Roundup. It's a big event that the Ford dealerships and VOR, which is Vegas Off-Road Experience, throw. And basically you get to sign up for free and drive Raptors on an off-road course, get drift rides, drive on the track, etc., etc. So they asked me to come out and drift around in a stock Mustang and give drift ride-alongs all day. I think I ended up giving like 62 people rides in a stock Mustang. And we did that with Jim and Sean Guthrie, so that was a lot of fun. And then Jeff Osborne as well, he was in another stock Mustang. So it was a good time all around. So immediately after the Raptor Roundup, tired, dusty from being in New Mexico all day at a track, we took off for Pikes Peak. Hank Cook invited us up there to do some filming with Danny George. So we cruised up a day early and went to check out the actual race on Sunday. And then kind of hung out with Danny and calmed his nerves in the only ways that I can. And then we watched him take off for 3 seconds of his race because that's all you could see. And it's a bummer because he busted a radiator hose barely a quarter of the way up the mountain, so his day was over. He got to watch from halfway up the mountain. So we ran around the mountain Sunday and Monday, just kind of filming. on Tuesday we had to be up at 3:30 to get to the mountain by 4 to do some more filming for that project. So that was really fun, and thanks again, Hankook, for having us out for that. Much appreciated. So look for that video in the future. So after Pikes Peak, we took off and headed back here so we could get the car prepped for Seattle, and that's where we're leaving off now for Formula D No Jersey, and that about wraps it up. I wish I could have been there. I love all of you guys anyway. I hope you still love me too, and we'll see you guys in Seattle.